The mannequin over there died. He died the instant he became human. You see, humans cannot exist in the Vortex world. Ah ha ha. There's a stain in the shape of a human. Something is in its hand. Will you take it? Absolutely. We obtained the Afterlife bell. So last episode, we explored the entire 4th Kalpa, and it was actually an NPC that told us that there was something in this cemetery, which is just right outside the ep34 if you just head south. Anyways, there's also a few NPCs I missed inside of the 4th Kalpa, so I will go back and talk to them. This entire area right here that used to be a cursed corridor is now gone since we defeated the Lord of the Flies. Very cool. So this guy that I forgot to talk to last episode during the outro has something new to say. You defeated our leader. Wow! Then you should look for the star key. It can unlock the golden doors. So it was not a sun key, it was a star key. It's somewhere in this labyrinth where it used to be cursed. Now the only other places that I can think of that were cursed before was in the 4th and the 2nd Kalpa, back where we got the 200, I think it was 250,000 Maka. So we're gonna go back there, probably. And there's another demon who knows where it is, probably the red genie-looking dude who's up there who gave me the money. If you can get the star key, maybe you can make it to the bottom. Yeah, because there wasn't really a clear... I can't use the map here. Well, I'll just go to somewhere where I can use the map, actually. The curse has been undone. You can go now. Anyways, we're back at the 2nd Kalpa, where we just jump down here and go around and go down this ladder right there, and we'll end up here. So now we can head back inside of this cursed corridor that is no longer cursed. So it's just a very nice walk with Stoma, so we're not going to get any encounters, so I will cut to when I get to the end. Yeah, I forgot they were a high enough level to cause an encounter. Anyways, death bound! You know, the enemies do give quite good experience right here, so maybe I'll just chill right here and level up a bit. Okay, so we're gonna get a level up for the main character, which I did switch off to a different Magatama, so I can just level this up just a little bit, just to unlock all of the skills on it probably. I'm not gonna learn Retaliate though, so get out of here. Because we already have Avenge, and I have no idea what the Oni Kagura is, but I guess we'll learn later. And there we go, another level up for Nyx and Uriel. So this one will give Fire Drain, which could be useful, but you're already strong against magic, and the only real benefit is nullifying turns. But we already have someone who's literally immune to fire regardless, so we do not need to replace anything for Fire Drain. And Uriel will get Drain Attack, which we will also probably not learn, simply because normal attacks will drain HP. But I suppose it's better than Brainwash, because I'm not inviting anyone anytime soon. And you'll get Mega Dola next turn, or next level up, which is pretty nice. And we will not replace a skill, although I love gambling. Metagadine. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. Alright, I'll tell you something you might want to know. My drinking buddy is somewhere in Tokyo getting hammered. He's got the key to the opens up the golden doors. Someone getting hammered in Tokyo, huh? This can only mean one thing, and it's probably the bar in Ginza. So let's go there. Oh, on the way through the cursed corridor that's no longer cursed, we gotta level up for Dasoju, which will give me Preach, which, what does it do? Mind damage to all foes and may inflict ailments. Well, I will replace Mamadoon. Yes. So now we have all skills for the Dasoju, which are very nice. Oh, I decided to look at the people again, and this person apparently has new dialogue, where I looked inside and they're like, the master's resting right now, but now we're here. That's a very item you have there.
It's called the Afterlife bell. It has the power to resurrect wandering souls.
Oh.
I thought it was still hidden in the labyrinth of Amala.
Yeah, but then it was taken out, and then the guy who used it died at the beginning of the episode.
A mannequin must have stolen it and fled, in hopes of returning to the Vortex world.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, do you know how mannequins are born?
They're made from, like, the clay, right?
They are originally fragments of human emotions.
Ah.
That acquire physical form and become sentient.
I guess human emotions as well, as like the ground. Or was it
When the
mud?
conception took place, Tokyo was purged of humans. It was a necessary step toward the rebirth of the world. But even after they died, their souls lingered. And likewise, their emotions. Weak emotions dissipated instantly, but strong ones remained. Those emotions sought receptacles and found refuge in the substance closest to life, Earth. They merged with the Earth and took shape one after another.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. They came from the ground.
For some, they became what they longed to be. For others, a side of them that they abhorred surfaced. Human emotions became mannequins and inhabited the Vortex world.
Yeah, then they got enslaved somehow.
Creation is forbidden to them, and their very existence will be denied once the new world has been born. But some mannequins have possessed exceptional strength.
Sakahagi. And also, I guess, Fudamimi.
If you bring them back to life with the Afterlife Bell, they might join you and help you during your journey, even if it's only for a short while.
Oh, cool, so I can recruit those two now.
Perhaps it's worth a try. I think it's time for you to go back. There are still things you have to do.
Well, I say recruit, but I probably have to fuse them, similar to how I have Death Stone, so I can get the Fiends now, so I probably need some special item or something, or, like, combination to get the mannequins. But anyways, we're going back to Ginza. See you there. Okay, so we're now at Nyx's lounge, and what I did was actually give my Daisoju a couple of agility and vitality with the Mitamas, and also this guy's back, because he's usually gone, so let's talk to him.
Hold it.
Ah, you again. What? The star key? I drank the damn thing. Well, I might as well have. How do you drink a key? But he didn't actually drink it. Okay, so I sold it to a curious mannequin, see? I needed the money. What with my room being raided and all. Gee, I wonder who did that. The booze helps. So, the star key is in a mannequin's possession, and well, there's only like one mannequin that's alive, pretty much. And that's the collector mannequin, which I have actually gone to a few times in the Asakusa. And also, because my agility stat for the Daisoju is higher now, we're actually going to see the terminal change, so maybe I'll show it off as I'm walking back to the terminal, and it seems like I'm not going to be able to showcase that, so we'll do it at the Asakusa instead. So, theoretically, if my agility stat is a specific number, Daisoju should be going third instead of last. So let's test this out. And yes, okay. So this is actually very good information because you are the buffer with Makakaja. So if I'm able to have Makakaja go off before my other magic attackers, I'll have a much better turn to use magic attacks. Speaking of which, I should probably buff my Uriel's magic attack as well, but I only have so much Maka to go around, so let's just go back to the mannequin. So, off camera I actually bought a bunch of chakra drops and got a lucky ticket box to get a vitality incense, but as you can see, in the normal shop, there is no star key.
What do you want?
So let's talk to him instead. By the way, I got this from a demon for 60 Maka the other day. What a bargain.
Oh.
It's called the Star Key, but I'm not interested in it. I'm only interested in man-made items. So, I'll give it to you if you like. Do you want it? Yeah, sure. I see. Okay then, here you go. And I received the Star Key.
That's what I'll do.
Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your
What do
shopping.
you want?
I
Well?
will. Let me just get 2 more chakra drops because I can never go wrong with these. And I will see you
Well,
back
what do you
in
want?
probably the 4th Kalpa or other Kalpas that have golden doors.
Well,
Thank you very much. So in the 3rd Kalpa, I actually forgot a couple of rooms here. This is like a room of darkness, but I'm not in dark alignment, so I can't go through that door. But that means there are other doors. Also, there's the Star Key door that I need to go to. There are other doors that I've missed. So I need to probably fully explore this area, but I probably can't because it's probably related to the magic and the luck doors, but I can only go through the strength area, so looks like you won't be going into any of those doors, so let's just go right into the Star Key door. We use the Star Key. And the Star Key seems to lead to a shaft leading downwards, which is probably the 5th kalpa if I had to guess. So we'll just jump in regardless. I just want to see where this leads. So let's go right in. And I guess I can show this on recording because this will be a new shaft. So let's see what gimmick this place has. So I can punch that. Ooh, I got some money out of it. Ow, I didn't see that. It's so red, it's very hard to see. I see the item there though. Oh wow, there's a lot of Maka you can get from this. So this is probably where you farm the most Maka, if I had to guess. Oh, it's so difficult to see. It's all red is the problem, right? So that's just the problem. What if I just punch right through? The middle? Okay, nothing. I do get a couple of, ooh, I just got a couple hundreds there. So how much Maka did I get from this? Ooh, 493. That is technically the most, and I got a Divining Water, which helps me see if I can evolve any of my demons, but I don't really have the means to do that. But let's use the star key once again. Don't know why this is even here. Oh, and it leads here. Perfect, so I needed to go here anyways. So I will activate this switch, which should open up the door on the other side of this barrier here. Which the soul on the other side did mention something about star keys, which I do have. And we can now proceed. Now, of course, this probably means... Yeah, this was the golden door I was actually thinking of inside of the 4th kalpa. So, now that it's here and I don't even have to worry about finding it, I'll just head back up, and I will meet you on the other side of that barrier. After I transition... Oh yeah, from the sun key, or star key rather, door, this guy's here, and he says something about the Emperor has returned. I want his autograph, so I'm gonna look for him. Oh? So... does that mean he's in the 3rd kalpa somewhere? I'm pretty sure what he's talking about is the Emperor, I believe, was the Black Frost. So, I did not expect him to make an appearance here. Oh ho ho! You hear a voice. Yo, I guess I'm a little late to the party. Getting down here was like running through a nightmare. True story, hee-ho. Oh, it is Black Frost. Hey-ho, remember me? The Emperor of Kabukicho has finally made his comeback. E to the Friezo, ho to the Frieze. What? So am I gonna fight him? Oh, and if you're wondering what exactly this comeback entails, I am not at liberty to say. Don't ask me why I shrank in size, either. Trade secret, ho. Anyhow, the reason I'm in this hellhole is 'cause I'm trying to fight my way to the top, or bottom? Oh yes, I'm here actually. I know if I tag along with you, I can learn to be my coolest, strongest self, ho? So enough heeing and hoeing, let's go already. Oh. Black Frost joined without your consent. Great, let's check his stats, I guess. So, 24 strength and magic, that's actually pretty alright. Level 66, not bad at all. But you have Berserk, Mabufudain, and Mabudun, and you get Diorama later, so you're not exactly good, but a couple of Mitamas giving you a bunch of stat increase stuff could be pretty good as a buffer. And you also have Repel, Dark, and Fire, and you Drain Ice, and you Nullify Light, and you're strong against physical. So very good at skipping the enemy turns, so you could be pretty valuable as like a tank, almost. If you could call like nullifying a couple of resistances to be a tank.
Do your best, and eventually, you'll get somewhere. That's something I always believed.
So I went back in the maze, and I found this soul, which I think is Fudomimi.
So I made my contribution to society by doing just that. My company grew as a result, and it became highly regarded by all. Do you think my life was a success?
Yeah, sure.
That's what everybody else thought too. People envied me for my fortune. Until that one day, for the first time in my life, I had the urge to kill.
Oh.
So much anger, all because of that boy. Even to this day, I still ache for revenge.
So, which one was Sakahagi again?
Of course, I didn't have the balls to do anything about it back then. when I was still playing by society's rules.
Why did the other one have a knife?
So much time has passed, yet my soul still burns with rage. I should have taken revenge back then for what that boy did to me. I sense that you have a power beyond that of any ordinary demon. Would you be willing to lead my wandering soul to salvation?
Yeah, sure. And I rang the Afterlife bell. Its pure tone fills the air.
I can see my writhing heart. A new shape surrounds it. I am in a place that gives rise to many demons.
So the soul with the knife gave me the opportunity to go to the grave, and I get this Afterlife bell there. And I come back and use the bell to ring it against that guy, and then now he's free. But I probably need to free the other guy too, but I don't know if he's even there, or he like died. So maybe I don't need to do that, and I'll just head on right down to the 5th Kalpa.
My
Okay,
life causing nothing but pain and suffering for others.
I made it back to this guy. So this is Photomimi, and the guy with the knife was actually just the one that is unrelated to these two at all, and he died.
I never once felt bad about it, and I don't regret living that way either. But when I met that girl, the words just slipped out of my mouth. Everyone has kindness in their heart. Why the hell did I say that? Maybe I was just curious what it was like to be close to someone. If I could live my life again, I'd want to be the kind of person who everyone wants around. Damn, what am I saying?
Oh,
Why am I getting all emotional?
so the knife guy is actually the same guy. Okay.
You're really one weird demon. I've never told anyone about this before. Hey, by any chance, would you be able to guide my soul from here?
Yeah, sure. And now you're both free.
Say goodbye to this place.
You also look kind of like the Demi-Fiend when you have that knife.
Part of my soul that I was missing. The me that I really wanted to become. It's gonna wait with other demons for a new life.
Anyways, I freed both of their souls, so now I'll try to get to the 5th Kalpa. And finally, we're at B2. And also, I think off camera, Uriel's magic is now 40. I probably showed that, but I'm just gonna recap on what I did, just in case I decide to cut the video down to make it a little bit shorter. But now, we are at the next peephole. And there's a peephole. Will you look inside? Yes, I will. This will be the 5th Kalpa. Now, I can only hope that the 5th Kalpa is actually pretty short, so, yeah, let's just hope. So this 20-minute video becomes not 50 like last episode.
At last, you have restored all of the menorahs to their rightful places.
Yes, I have.
I promised earlier that I would answer all of your questions, sparing no detail. It may have occurred to you that the menorahs were not, in fact, stolen.
Ah,
In truth, my master gave them to those whom he deemed worthy.
yeah, to summon a guy.
I must apologize for not being honest with you, but there is a reason. If you listen to what I have to say, I am sure you will understand.
I kind of, like, talk to a lot of NPCs down here, so I think I know what's going
The
on.
forces of light and darkness have fought throughout the universe, even beyond the flow of time. Their battles have affected every living being in existence. Demons and humans are no exception. They have simply been cogwheels in the infernal machine called war, and the war still rages on, even as we speak. However, one individual vowed to put an end to this eternal war.
Your master?
He decided to create a demon of chaos, one that would inherit his will
Yep.
and enter the final battle against the forces of light.
Which would be the Kagutsuchi guy up top. We got a load of fiends there. That's a recap of everybody I beat up. But no
The
problem.
fiends were prepared for the creation of that demon. He believed that by challenging and overcoming death, the demon would become the fruit of destruction. The black hope that we had awaited for so long. That is what he and my master planned. The fiends and the labyrinth of Amala were ordeals meant to test you.
They sure did test me.
One fiend challenged you, unaware of the truth, while another fiend fell to you, dreaming of a future of chaos.
You know how many pain I had to go through to go through those corridors?
Yes, this was all in preparation for the final battle. You have vanquished all the fiends, and now here you stand, just as he hoped. A demon with the strength to become the champion of chaos.
I don't know about that.
So, will you lend your strength to us, for the sake of all who live in darkness? I cannot force you to help us. If you choose to walk the path of a human, then there is no need for you to return here.
That might be the plan, but I also want to see what's down here.
But, if you have doubts about the laws of the universe, about fate, or the providence of the Absolute One, then you should come to us at the very bottom of the labyrinth. There, you shall be born again as a full demon, body and soul. Let me conclude by telling you about a human who has crossed your path, one who is drifting, being kept alive by fate.
So another human?
It is my master's wish that you listen before deciding upon a path to take.
Unless this guy's human. Which I don't know if he looks like one, actually. I mean, he kinda does.
The man I am referring to was known as Hijiri in your previous world.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, I know him. He kind of, disintegrated. And, I guess he's here now.
He died. But as fate would have it, he carried on in the Vortex world.
I knew he would come back. Word for word, when he disappeared. He's not truly gone, is what I said. He is dead, though.
Think back to when you first met him, to when the conception occurred. Hijiri shared the fate of all the others who perished in the dawning chaos. As he was heading to the hospital where you already were, the conception began, and his life ended. Did it not seem odd to you that he was in the Vortex world, unaffected, unchanged?
Well, my two friends and the teacher also weren't really affected until, like, later, and then they become... I guess they did change eventually, so... Yeah, this guy was the only one who kind of just went crazy, and that's about it. Then he exploded into, like, Kagutsuchi, whatever it is. Or, not really Kagutsuchi, whatever the red stuff was.
The mortal sin which he committed.
Nagatsui, that's what it was.
He was a being toyed with by fate, denied the respite of death, and condemned to carry the burden of atonement forever. His punishment was to see with his own eyes all that happens in the world, to record the balance of events through all the ages. A task as endless as scooping water out of the sea with a cup. He was condemned to wander the infinite span of time. Man can change the course of his next life by virtue of his karma, but that privilege was taken away from Hijiri. Though his body may perish, his soul will remain unsaved. He must continue on with his task. He lives a cursed, eternal life, just like a demon.
Ah.
Watch and record the history of the world. Witness the entirety of the endless war between order and chaos. That is your punishment for your unforgivable sin. Do you understand now? By the will of Amala, he was given a life of torment, and emerged in the Vortex world without realizing that he had died.
So he was already dead?
Soon after, your paths crossed again. That is probably because you have the potential to affect the course of the new world.
And I'm assuming it's because I have both demon and human inside of me. Because I'm both.
So by accompanying you, he has unknowingly been fulfilling his destiny.
That's pretty cool.
Tragically, he has no memory of his sin, his punishment, or even his death. He believes that he survived the conception, and has acted accordingly.
Yeah, so he was just dead the whole time. A walking corpse.
As for the results of his efforts, you already know the outcome.
Then he exploded.
In the body of a mannequin, Hijiri challenged those vying for creation, and he lost his body once again.
Yeah, there it is. So we got some Hijiri lore, that was pretty cool.
He is now on a journey to a new land of suffering.
Where is he, though?
But his will can never be freed, and his sin never redeemed.
Well, that sucks. Can I save him, though? Probably not.
Do you want your life to be predestined as well? Or would you rather choose your own actions? If you do not wish to be ruled by destiny, if you would prefer to walk with demons on a new, untrodden path, then please, come visit my master. You can open the door ahead with the menorah I gave you. Will you come meet my master?
Alright, I'm actually just curious if I just say I can't.
I understand that it is difficult for you to make a decision right now.
Oh, cool, so it didn't matter. Great.
There
Good to
is
know.
still time. If you decide to help my master, please come back to this place. We will wait here as long as the flow of Amala permits. Until then...
Until then. Now then, I'm gonna actually see just how far I can go. So there's like this door here, which it's blocked somehow. Why is it blocked? Should that be open? Unless I'm like missing something. Uh-huh. Well, that's awkward. So I guess the only way to open that door is just to say I have. So
Then, we will be
let's just do that.
open the way to the last door.
There we
look
go.
forward to seeing you soon.
So that's all you have to do to open that door. So I hope that's useful. If you're also stuck on this part, I guess. If you selected I can't, which I doubt you would. Also, I'm probably not the best person to go to for information about this game because I'm literally playing this mostly blind. I have never played the story before. Anyways, I should probably save before going in there so I don't lock myself out of anything. However, there's not exactly like a place to jump back up, so I guess we're gonna have to go down. We will jump inside of the shaft of the 5th kalpa. Let's see how much different this tube is. Hopefully it's gonna have a lot of maca, because I would assume the... Oh! It's coming toward... Ow! No! They tricked me by blocking my vision, so I couldn't even see the rock coming. That is very cruel. That was actually the easiest punch I could have done. Don't know how I missed that. Okay, I just suck at this minigame. I think it's very apparent that I'm not very great at this one, especially since of like how the vision in this game works, like the camera angles. Yes, I'm gonna blame the game on my own failure. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I? That's what true gamers do. Why did that rock move to the left suddenly? I knew there was gonna be some maca in there. Oh well, 248 maca is pathetic, but I'll take it anyways. Regardless, what about the 5th kalpa? And I think the last episode I did mention there was like a note in the music. I think it does actually change the deeper you go inside. Because I hear some notes in there that I don't think were in the top. Oh well. Oh, okay. Demons grow restless. So here is where the final menorah shall go. Should I explore the entirety of this kalpa right now? Oh, and also, we're placing down the Menorah of Sovereignty, the final menorah that we were given. You lit the Menorah of Sovereignty, the one that flickered wildly all this time. And the menorah has been lit, which opens the final kalpa door. Kind of poetic. The menorah that's been with us this entire game has been finally placed down. And we also have access to the, I guess the final shaft, which I can go back up and save. So, maybe I will do that. I will just transition up there very quick, so you don't have to see it. Oh! You know what I'm thinking? Since we've already done quite a few things in this episode, and we just finally unlocked the final kalpa, I could just make this episode a short one, and then we're gonna spend the entire next episode exploring the 5th kalpa with pretty much no breaks. We're just gonna go straight to probably the boss of that dungeon, and if there is any cutoff points, I'll probably stop there and then head back and actually go return to the main story of entering the tower. It's gonna be great. So, I will pause right now. Maybe I'll do some Mitama stuff off camera for my party. But right now, I think it's pretty good so far. We got max strength Bishop 110, we get max magic Daisoju and Uriel, and we have Nyx, which is pretty strong as well, which I could probably upgrade magic as well. And we also have, I guess, Black Frost, I suppose, which we could upgrade. If we really wanted to, because of those ridiculous resistances and repels. So, we'll do that all later, on the next episode of Shin Megami Tensei III. Bye-bye.